Okay, let's talk about a word you use, all the time. Probably without even giving it a second thought. A word that's so common it's practically invisible. But hiding inside this one little word is this incredible story about language, about meaning, and even power. So let's get into it and uncover its secrets. So that word, it's self, right? We talk about ourself. We do things ourself. We have a sense of self. But what's the big deal? What really makes this word so special? What made a bunch of language experts look at the entire English language and say, yep, that one is absolutely essential? Well, to figure that out, we have to look past the way we use it every day. We kind of have to treat it like a detective treats a clue, because the secret of self isn't just about what it means. It's about the exclusive club it belongs to. That's right, this humble little word is a card-carrying member of a very small, very important group, a group that basically defines the very core of our language. And that club is called the Basic English 850 list. Yeah, just 850 words, carefully picked out to be the fundamental building blocks for communicating with anyone, anywhere in the world. So what is this list, really? And why should we even care? Well, here it is, the key piece of evidence straight from the source. Out of the hundreds of thousands of words in English, self made the cut. It was considered absolutely vital. The idea behind Basic English is actually really cool. It was created way back in the 1930s to be a tool. The whole point was that with just these 850 words, you could say pretty much anything you needed to. It's all about getting the most bang for your buck, Maximum meaning, minimum words. And for self to make it onto that list, well, that tells you it's pulling some serious weight. So let's talk about that heavy lifting. To really get why it was chosen, we have to look at all the different jobs the word self actually does. And it has a few distinct but definitely related meanings. Okay, first up, we've got the most common meaning. This is your state of being, your typical condition. Think about when you say someone isn't their usual self. You're talking about their baseline, their normal state of personality and mood. And this example just illustrates that perfectly. The sentence isn't just saying he was happy. No, it's contrasting that happiness with his usual down self, which gives us a really deep sense of his character and how much his behavior has changed. It's incredibly efficient. Now, let's get a little deeper, a little more philosophical. This meaning isn't just about your mood. It's about your core identity, the very essence of what makes you, well, you. It's this huge idea of consciousness and individuality all wrapped up in one tiny four-letter word. This example is just perfect. It captures that profound journey we all go on, right? From being completely dependent to finally understanding that we are a distinct person in the world. Developing a sense of self is one of the most fundamental human experiences, period. The third meaning is a bit more formal, maybe a little old-fashioned, but it's still important. It's a polite, slightly detached way to refer to someone, and you'll often see it used in formal invitations or speech. You might see this on a fancy wedding invitation or something. Your good self is basically just a formal substitute for you, and it shows how the word can even function kind of like a pronoun, which just adds another layer to how useful it is. So self has all these different meanings, but its real superpower, the reason it's so fundamental to our language, is that it's not just a word, it's a building block. It's one of the most powerful and versatile construction tools in the entire English language. Just look at this. It works in three incredible ways. It can stand on its own as a foundation. You can tack it onto the end of a pronoun to make reflexive pronouns. Or you can stick it on the beginning of another word as a prefix and create a whole new universe of concepts. And this is where its power just explodes. As a suffix, it gives us fundamental words like myself, yourself, and themselves, words you absolutely need for basic grammar. But when you use it as a prefix, the possibilities become almost endless. Seriously, think about it. Self-aware, self-esteem, self-control, self-discipline, self-sufficient, self-taught. Each one of those is a huge complex idea, a whole concept, and it's all built from this one little word. Talk about linguistic efficiency. That's just wild. So here's the bottom line. The story of the word self is really the story of basic English in miniature. It's a powerful lesson in just how much you can do with simple things. See, you don't always need complicated, jargon-filled language to express profound concepts. Sometimes the most powerful tool you have is a simple, versatile word that everyone gets. Self is proof that with just a few core building blocks, you can construct entire worlds of meaning. And that kind of leaves us with one last thing to think about. Self is just one of these 850 essential words. And it just makes you wonder, right? What other secret superpowers are hiding in plain sight in the simple words we use every single day? So I'll leave you with this. What do you think is the most powerful, simple word you know?